proceeded from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Genesis chapter 25 and verse 23. God makes the statement to her that the elder shall serve the younger. She should have believed it, and her younger son should have believed it. It's almost like um, God favors the under privileged, the underdog, the younger child, and He wants to see the younger child. You see that time and time again as we go through the Old Testament. You have, um, Isaac, and then you have uh, Jacob, and then you have um, Joseph, and so we see this time and time again where the youngest is God seems to favor because uh, of circumstances or I don't know what. Uh, let's see what Chuck Smith says. Chuck Smith says, "Is this fair?" Based on God's. This is based upon God's foreknowledge. God chose, the Edomite nation. The last king was Herod, and they fought. They all up until that time they were continuously fighting the Jews. They were antagonistic when the children came through their land into the promised land. You remember they hired Baal to put a curse upon the children of Israel, and Baal said, "Well, I can't. God won't let me." And his hatred for then you see Esau's hatred for spiritual things. God chose him, um, chose who the lineage of Christ would come out of. Therefore, and so we're going to see that here in a little bit. Make sure that I'm not messing up again. And so verse 24, it says, "And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called him Esau." So the name Esau means red or earth colored because he is born first and he is considered the elder, but the later it is to serve the younger. Remember, I told you about the diversity of or the genetic diversity among them. That's why that they can marry second cousins in this case, is because of the genetic diversity. Here we have a dark red, red man that's hairy, and uh, Esau and his brothers not like that. So let's read verse 26. "And after that came out his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old when she bare them." Genesis chapter 25 and verse 26. 6. Rebecca, or Isaac and Rebecca, have been married for about 20 years before the children were born. The older one was Esau, and they call him Red, if you please. Jacob took hold of Esau's heel, so they called him Jacob, meaning the uh, usurper, because he was trying to become the elder or to take his place. But God had already promised that to him. And so if I go over here, Chuck Smith, he wants to point out that Jacob is really is interpreted heel catcher, which we later, as Jay Vernon says here, um, it's really supplanter, uh, or how does he put it? Usurper. And so that's the idea here. He was actually named heel catcher because he caught his heel of his brother whenever he was being born. And so that concludes that section. Now we're going to move on